Hey there guys, I am SonicGhost and welcome back to some more Let's Play Shantae. Wrench, you're back! What's this? A note from Sky. It reads, Dear Shantae, someone named Rottytops replied to my message. She says that she knows where the whereabouts of the next magical stone. She travels with the Zombie Caravan, which is camped east of Watertown. Hope this helps. Friends always, Sky. Caw! Sounds like my next stop, alright. I better go find that cavern. Well, with that said, let's get out of here. So, last time around, we got ourselves our next stone, the Golem Stone here. And now it's time for us to head back to the east side of Sequinland and make our way over to where this Zombie Caravan is located. So let's go. Alright, so we're here in the forest that's right before Dribble Fountain. And while we're making our way over to where Watertown's located, there's a couple different things that we can do here now that we have the elephant transformation. For starters, we got this stump here that just sits on top of this mountainside, and now with our elephant transformation, we can go ahead and knock this stump over, revealing a ladder that's underneath it. So let's go ahead and make our way down this ladder and be blinded by the process of doing so. Dear Lord, man, that's so bright. Every time you transform, I swear I should turn down the brightness on my screen. But here we can see there's another ladder, but unfortunately, this ladder is being blocked by a stone, so right now we can't go up this passageway. This cave, as of right now, is useless because there's another area we need to open up. That will take us back into this cave, making a shortcut between whatever new area we can explore and this portion of the forest. So we want to keep this in mind because later on, we can go ahead and use this shortcut to go back and forth between areas at will. For now though, kind of a useless thing, but it does help to have unlocked, just for later purposes. So for now, we want to go ahead and get out of here. There's nothing else we can really do in this portion of the forest. We still can't get above this giant hill, as the elephant can't climb up there, monkey can't reach either, so unfortunately we're going to just have to bypass that for now. At this point, we'll just use the monkey to get through here because monkey's a really good form to take on here in this forest. Because of all the different stumps that you would normally have to jump over, you can just walk right underneath using the monkey transformation, which is pretty convenient. I want to go ahead and make our way past Dribble Fountain here, as we have no need to go back inside that dungeon right now. We still can't get the warp squid located in that said labyrinth, so for now, we're going to have to ignore it. Here on the left side of this waterfall section, we want to go ahead and make our way down this ladder, as this will take us to a brand new section of the forest that we just came out of. So now we're at the underside of the forest, so to say. The top portion, which is the portion you would take normally to get the Dribble Fountain, well, we pretty much did everything there for now, but this section we haven't explored whatsoever yet. We could have came here earlier, but we've been roadblocked by a couple of different things. For starters, we got a stump here that needs the elephant transformation to knock down. So, using the elephant, we can go ahead and reveal a ladder, which just so happens to take us back into that cave we explored earlier. So now we just made a shortcut between the bottom portion and the top portion of the forest here, which is very helpful if you want to go back and forth pretty easily between the areas. But if you want to be honest about this shortcut, not really that useful. Simply just because there's one thing we can get here right now, then that's it. So, yeah, we're not going to get used out of that shortcut right now, unfortunately. It could be a useful thing for later on, but for right now, we're going to just want to get to the left side here of this whole area and then continue making our way over to where Watertown's located, which means I'm not even going to take the shortcut to get to Watertown. I'm going to take an entirely different path. But hey, we have the shortcut for when we need it. I'm going to get rid of this spider because he's going to be in my way when I do my dance here. So let's go ahead and transform the elephant here, as there's a stump on the top here of this mountainside which we needed the monkey to get to. So we could have came here earlier, but we also would have needed the monkey transformation, elephant transformation. It just wouldn't have been wise. Here we got a new enemy, which can't really do anything about. This guy is impervious to any of your attacks, but we can actually use one of our items here, the Storm Cloud. I haven't gotten to use this yet. This is how it works. Using the item, we summon a cloud that just goes above something and strikes it down with lightning. But as you can see, it can easily miss your target, so as the description said, this thing is very hard to aim with. In this section, you want to be very careful though where you're aiming, because while you can use the Storm Cloud to destroy the enemy in this room, the enemy has some very weird collision to it, and it can actually push you through the floor. Yeah, that's great. If this happens, that's GG's. You gotta reset your game to fix this bug. There's no way you're getting out of the floor once this happens. Luckily for us, though, we didn't have that happen here, so we can just crawl underneath and get ourselves the Monkey Claw. This talisman will allow me to attack in monkey form. So now we have the attack of the monkey transformation, which is great because the monkey transformation is one of my favorite ones to use here in Shantae, but since it can't attack, it is a little bit of a hard transformation to use in certain areas. So now that we have an attack with the monkey, we can use this guy for fast travel, climbing up walls, and then also attacking small fry enemies. For example, the spiders here. Now we have ourselves the Monkey Claw. Let's go ahead and make our way back over to the entrance of Watertown. Alright, we made it to the gates here of Watertown, but I took a good amount of damage on the way over here, so let's take a pit stop into Watertown real quick and use the bathhouse. But let's talk to the locals, as they are different here in town during the night. How are we doing tonight, sir? Is your ponytail magic? I thought only half genies were born with quirky powers like that. I knew a gal who could squirt milk out of her eye. Bet she was a half genie. Okay, I'm gonna run as far away as I can from you, because I made a mistake talking to you, sir. Excuse me? What was that? That was the weirdest conversation I think I've ever had. I knew a gal who could squirt milk out of her eye. That is definitely not a sentence I was expecting to hear today. Also, if you didn't finish that thought and you just ended with, I knew a gal who could squirt milk, yeah, Shantae had every reason to slap him for that. I bet he doesn't get that many dates. But let's get out of here at this point. After that weird, creepy conversation and our healing, we're ready to go ahead and continue forwards here. So let's transform into the monkey and make our way east of Watertown. We're entering a new section here of Sequin Land that we actually could have explored when we were first here at Watertown, but I opted not to explore the area until now, simply because we wouldn't need the monkey transformation to continue forward here. Here we got a firefly just sitting up in the corner. Go ahead and grab that. And from here, we want to go ahead and climb the side of this mountain here, which is where we would have needed the monkey to continue forward. So we could have gotten a firefly early, and that's about it. There's really no reason to go out of your way for fireflies in the beginning portion of Shantae, simply just because you cannot get all the fireflies until you learn all the different transformation dances. Once you learn all the transformation dances here in the game, then you can get all of the fireflies in Sequin Land. Until then, you cannot get them all, so there's no reason to go out of your way early game to get fireflies, because you're just not going to be able to use them, just simply put. But here in this section, I want to be very careful because we got a new type of enemy here, a praying mantis. These guys can shoot projectiles out of their claws, so we got to be very, very careful of that. And up here, we got ourselves a firefly, so definitely want to grab this. Be very careful not to get hit by the praying mantis. You can also see these shells just sitting out here. These are shells from another type of enemy called a snail. The snails actually don't appear here during the nighttime in Shantae, so during the night, these shells are vacant, which is really good for us simply just because we don't have to worry about fighting anything. We just move on with our merry day and get out of here. But during the day, trying to fight those snails is not really recommended because they can do a lot of damage and they take a lot of damage as well. So you're better off just avoiding that enemy if at all possible. Up here on this cliff, we do have yet another secret cavern here that links areas together. As of right now, we do not have access to the other side of this cavern, as this is a shortcut to an area we have not explored yet, so we're gonna have to just leave this area for now and just remember about it for later on. For now, we got the shortcut unlocked, so we can at least make a way through this cave once we get the other shortcut later on. Let's go ahead now and jump off this cliffside and make our way over to the right, entering another new area here. We got ourselves this creepy looking swamp. Got a lot of bottomless pits in the area, so let's go ahead and use our float muffins here. Activating a float muffin will just bounce off this swampy water with no issues whatsoever. Normally, this water counts as a bottomless pit, so if you fall into the water, you would lose a life. But with the float muffins, we don't have to worry about falling at all. We can just bounce off the surface of this water. Here we got ourselves a save point, and you know what, it's been a while, so yeah, let's go ahead and save. And now that we save, looks like it's daytime, so unfortunately we won't be able to get any more fireflies on the way over to the Zombie Caravan, which is unfortunate, but it's fine. We'll get them on the next time around we're in the area, because there is another firefly we can get. It's just we need it to be nighttime first. Obviously, we got a little bit of a problem, so it's fine. Let's go ahead and equip our Vanish Cream here. And now using this, let's just go ahead and make our way through this area nice and carefully. I don't want to take too many unnecessary hits when I'm low on health right now. Right here, we can see another stump, which I almost ran right past, but I want to go ahead and use our elephant to bash down this stump, and by doing so, we will reveal a shortcut to that previous area that we explored. So, now we have access to the cave that we were exploring earlier, linking back to one of the previous screens we were in. But we don't need to go through this shortcut right now, so let's just get out of there. For now, we want to go ahead and climb up to the top of this tree. And by doing so, we're actually getting past a very steep mountainside here, so climbing up to the top of the tree is the only way we can progress. Here we got ourselves a wall we can go ahead and use the elephant transformation to bust through. So, let's go ahead and transform into the elephant, break down this wall, and immediately transform back, because honestly the elephant is really slow and not worth using to traverse through the area. Here we got a bunch of different ghosts, which, again, I really hope you're watching this video in 60 frames per second. There's a lot of flickering slash jittering sprites in this one. If you don't watch at the correct frame rate, things aren't there, which includes the ghosts. Here we want to go ahead, bash down this wall with the elephant once again, and now we want to go ahead and continue forward here, and with that, we have made it to a new area. But unfortunately, this is not what we're looking for, because there's something else that we're looking out for. But unfortunately for us, it's only available during the night. That is the Zombie Caravan. We actually just passed where the Zombie Caravan is. So let's just go ahead and go back towards where we came from, now in nighttime. So now it's nighttime, the Zombie Caravan appears in this area, which is convenient for us because this is our next destination. So this is the unfortunate thing with the Zombie Caravan. It's only available during the night. Another issue with the Zombie Caravan is that it moves after your first time visiting the area. Where we went now to get the Zombie Caravan, this is where it will always be for your first visit. But after plot stuff happens at this point, it will move. So once we leave this area and it becomes day, then we can't get back here again. It will move to a different location in Sequin Land, which can be random. So because of this, I want to go to the Warp Squid Wagon. I held on to my Warp Squids from the Golden Mines, and this is why. We could have turned these in any of the other towns we visited so far, but it's better to actually hold on to some Warp Squids for when you get to the Zombie Caravan, because now we can go ahead and warp back to this area at any time, which is good because there's another benefit to doing so. Not only can you warp to the Zombie Caravan whenever you want, so it doesn't matter where in Sequin Land this moves, but when you warp to the Zombie Caravan, it will instantly turn the day into the night here in Shantae. So if you ever want to transform the world around you to nighttime, just warp here to the Zombie Caravan, and now you don't have to worry about those fireflies anymore, because just using that warp zone to get here. Okay, well, that was a first. I've never seen that animation. Using a warp zone to get here instantly make it nighttime, solving a lot of problems. Ever use a flashbolt or a pike ball? Flashbolts are great for destroying distant targets, but pike balls have better defense. Well, I've used the pike balls, and I can agree with the defense part. They're really good. Haven't used the flashbolts yet. Give us some time. Here we got the shop in the area, so let's go ahead and go shopping. Hello, undead sir. How are we doing this evening? I was expecting to find a zombie, but I mean, it's the Zombie Caravan. Kind of in the name, so it's not too surprising, I guess. Here we got a lot of the different items we've seen so far, but notice the prices here are cheaper. Well, that's because out of all the different towns here in Shantae, the Zombie Caravan has the cheapest deals for the items here in the item shop. So if you ever want to buy things like some vials or flump muffins, stuff like that, come here, because they are cheaper to buy here than any other town in the game. But we do have some new items here. This is some greedy jars, specifically 5 greedy jars. Make enemies drop double the loot. So using one of these jars, we can get more money from attacking enemies. I'll go ahead and just buy me 5 of these. I don't really find much use for the greed jars, simply just because there are way better options in Shantae to get money than just grinding off enemies, but if you want more money from enemies, then the greed jar can kind of help with that. But now our next and final item here is 10 fireballs, faster and more powerful than a pike ball. So think of the fireballs as a souped up version of the pike balls. So we're going to want to buy us a couple of these. I'll buy us 5 packs in total, making a total of 50. And while we're here, might as well get some more float muffins because we used some on the way here. So just buy me 2 packs of these, and with that we're good. Make sure we're good on all the other items too, because again, we have cheaper items here, so we can just splurge if we wanted to. But notice how we have all the items in Shantae now. These are all the consumables in the game that we have. We won't see any new items in the shop at this point. So, we're good to go on this front. I think we're good on all of our healing items, so I'm going to go ahead and just save my money at this point. Let's get out of here. Double mints are rare plants that cause whoever chews them to duplicate. Imagine your attack power if there were 2 of you. I mean, by that logic, it should double, right? 2 of you, twice the attacking power. Hey, meat sack! Welcome to the Zombie Caravan. We'll be gone by morning, and who knows where we'll turn up next. Better stock up at the shop. Joke's on you. I can follow you wherever you go. For now, let's go ahead and make our way over to the bathhouse here. Excuse me, undead miss. I need to take a bath real quick. Took a good amount of damage on the way over here. And I got out a little prematurely there. I want a full set of hearts, not almost a full set. Keep out. Ooh, that sounds mysterious. I'm going in. Man, I wonder who this is. Is this the Rottytops we've been looking for? Excuse me. I'm looking for a zombie named Rottytops. I'm Rottytops. Who are you? My name's Shantae. You replied to my question about a magical stone, right? Oh, that. It's called the Simmerstone because it burns endlessly. It's kept deep inside the Cackle Mound by a society of shriekers. What about it? I need to get it before something terrible happens. Can you show me the way inside? Me show you? Aren't you afraid to ask a zombie for help? I might try to eat your brains. I thought only wild zombies ate brains. Shows what you know. Tell you what, let's have a little competition to see just how bad you want it. If you win, I'll show you the Simmerstone. But if I win, your brains become tasty snack for me and my pals. What do you say, Shantae? Want a race? This doesn't seem like a fair trade, but I guess I have no choice. Let's race. So here's another mini-game for us here in Shantae. The race against Rottytops. This here is a reaction-based race, as we need to jump or slide around obstacles. So jump over stones with the A button, and then slide under a stump by just pressing down on the D-pad. Hold right to continuously run, as you cannot let go at any point here, otherwise Rottytops will catch right back up. She's kinda slow in comparison to Shantae here, but not by much. So you don't want to give Rottytops too much of a lead, because if you do, it's going to be hard to catch back up. So don't make too many mistakes here. It sounds very promising. Now, while Ronnie says, if you do fail this, she gets to eat your brain, which is a terrible deal if you ask me, you don't really actually need to worry about that deal, because that's all talk. If you fail this game, you can just rematch Rottytops whenever you want, so there's no penalty to losing this game. You can try as many times as you want until you win. But with that, we beat Rottytops in the race. So now she's got to tell us where that Simmerstone is located. You beat me! Dang nap! Look, Shantae, you got passion and I like that. What do you say I help you get that Simmerstone? I promise to keep the snacking to a minimum. I suppose. Then I'll meet you at the door of the Cackle Mound. Later. I don't know what she means snacking to a minimum. Something tells me I should just keep an eye on her at all times. But now that we got Roddy's help, we're ready to go ahead and make our way to our next labyrinth in the game. But we'll be doing so in the next episode. Next time on Let's Play Shantae, we'll head out of the Zombie Caravan and make our way over to our next labyrinth in the game, Cackle Mound. I'll see you guys next time.